Now, I request our Honorable R.P. Singh, Sir, Joint Secretary, CBSE, to come on stage and shower your blessings.
A very good afternoon to one and all present. Thank you to the organizers for giving me the stage and be able to stand in front of the highly educated people who are sitting in the front row and also in the other rows. मेरा रोल यहाँ पर इतना है कि I am here to share with you what CBSE is doing in its 30,000 schools for promoting skill education. Blessings वगैरह कुछ नहीं है. तो CBSE के पास जो 30,000 स्कूल हैं, which are the change makers of the country, who have, some of the principals have been here on the stage and shared what practices they are doing. If you multiply with the number of students that are there in these 30,000 schools, you will see the kind of impact CBSE has on the future generations. And that is for minimum 12 years to come from now. So whatever change we are making, have to make sure that the change is sustained, because you will see the product after 12 years coming out from your school. जो किंडरगार्टन के बच्चे और प्राइमरी स्कूल के बच्चे आपके पास हैं और जो भी ट्रांसफॉर्मेटिव प्रैक्टिसेस आप कर रहे हो, उसका पूरा इफेक्ट आपको उन बच्चों में दिखेगा जो आपके अपने बच्चे क्लास 1 से स्कूल में पढ़ के 12th तक आते हैं. यानी कि इट्स टेक्स अराउंड 10 to 12 years for your finished product to come to the market. And when that finished product comes to the market, it goes to higher education institutes, no matter of what kind they are, whether they are in the country or they are abroad. So we are providing the product to these higher education institutes. So that means the India of the future is in your classroom. So whatever changes you are making in your classrooms today will be effective in the country in the times to come. So that is the kind of impact that you have on your students and the country. And the economy of the future is not the economy of marks. It's the economy of skilled manpower. And the best example of skilled people is a teacher. So if you are recruiting a teacher, are you more concerned about the demo lesson or are you more concerned about the marks on the mark sheet? Can I have a reply? Do the marks on the mark sheet matter more than the demo lesson of a teacher who's being recruited in a school? So if demo lesson is more important than the mark sheet, that means what the teacher is actually doing with the students in the classroom, then what the teacher has done as a student, more important, then why are we running after marks? That also means that somewhere we need to stop, and Corona was the time when everybody had a time to think, and thanks to WhatsApp University, everybody became an educationist. So everybody now has a say in the education system, and everybody now is thinking that whatever I'm saying is right, and has logic to prove that and WhatsApp to back whatever he or she is saying. But the fact remains that over the past 90 years of CBSE's existence and 50 years of being in this market of vocational education, what we have found is that until and unless the industry and the academia collaborate, no matter what changes you make, whatever transformative practices you have, ultimately a person has to earn money. पैसा कमाना है, चाहे PhD करो, चाहे ग्रेजुएशन करो, चाहे इंजीनियरिंग करो, नौकरी नहीं लगी, सैलरी नहीं मिली, पैसा नहीं मिला, तो एजुकेशन इज नॉट देयर, बिकॉज एजुकेशन वेरी कॉमनली इज इक्वल टू द अमाउंट ऑफ सैलरी यू गेट. ज़्यादा पढ़ लिख के ज़्यादा पैसे डिमांड करने हैं या ज़्यादा स्किल लेके डिमांड करें, दैट्स अनदर टॉपिक दैट वी कैन डिस्कस. बट लाइक सर सेड, we need ethics, we need values, and the person before that also said that AI is going to replace a lot of jobs. Teacher का job replace नहीं होगा, so you can rest assured. कोई भी AI teacher को replace नहीं कर सकता, but वो उस teacher को replace करेगा जो time के साथ change नहीं होगा. Until and unless the teacher becomes a facilitator, the teacher learns to understand whatever changes are happening around him and how those changes can be molded and taken to the benefit for the child to succeed in life, that teacher will not be replaced by AI. Only those teachers who are still sticking to the fact कि इतना ही करिकुलम पढ़ाना है, ऐसा ही पेपर लेना है, वो स्टैंडर्ड रूटीन फॉर्मेट में चल रहे हो, and that is a very predictive format, and the AI can predict that format and they will be replaced. Technology is here to stay, but technology is not here to replace. Technology is an enabler. Technology is not the provider. Technology can only enable the learning that the teacher and the school is giving to the child. Technology cannot replace a school and a child. You can still have classroom without technology, but you cannot have a classroom without a teacher. So the teacher needs to be firmly rooted to the ground with the basics, but at the same time, with the head in the cloud, looking at what is coming down the line 5 years for my kid who is going to pass out and get into the job market. So whatever emerging technology is there has to be introduced into the curriculum within the fact that it's not going to be apart from what you are going to teach. Everything has to be integrated into the subjects. The subjects have to be taught not separately, but as a concept. Like you have it in primary classes, wherein you are teaching languages, and through languages you are teaching science and other things. But as the child becomes grows a little more, comes to upper middle class and the secondary classes, it becomes more of a subject knowledge. The bell rings, the timetable changes from English to Hindi. The child has to switch from thinking in one language to start thinking in another language. Then the bell rings, that period changes from English to mathematics. Now the child has to switch and start thinking in another way. जब उसे पढ़ाने के लिए एक बच्चे को पढ़ाने के लिए 5 टीचर चाहिए, so that means the child is more knowledgeable than the teacher. You need 5 different people to teach one single child. And then you expect the child to write all these things in an exam, in an environment where he has not been before, into another classroom, where in a school where he has not gone earlier, and write an exam with lot of pressure, जिसे हम बोर्ड एग्ज़ाम बोलते हैं. और बोर्ड एग्ज़ाम के टाइम पे शादियों में जाना बंद हो जाता है. रिश्तेदारों को अल्टीमेटम दे दिया जाता है कि हमारे बच्चे का बोर्ड है, अगर मरना कंट्रोल में होता तो वो भी 1 साल डिले कर दिया जाता. But that cannot happen. So that is the board phobia that has been created. And the child has unnecessarily been put into that board phobia. अगर हम किसी स्कूल को बोलते हैं कि आप कोई चेंज करें, तो वो ये बोलता है कि सीबीएसई के करिकुलम में जगह ही नहीं है, आपका बोर्ड का पेपर तो ऐसा आता ही नहीं. बोर्ड का पेपर क्लास 10th में आता है. नर्सरी से लेकर 9th तक या 8th तक बच्चा आपके पास होता है. उसका करिकुलम आप लोग डिसाइड करते हैं. कितने चैप्टर्स किस सब्जेक्ट में आने हैं, दैट इज डिसाइडेड बाय द स्कूल इटसेल्फ. Already got governed by NCERT, NCF and other things, but primarily decided by the school. ऐसा होता नहीं है. It is not decided by the school, but it is decided by the textbook that the teacher is being used. The teacher is using, sorry. अगर टेक्स्ट बुक में 15 चैप्टर हैं तो उस क्लास में 15 आएंगे. अगर टेक्स्ट बुक में 17 चैप्टर है तो 17 आएंगे, irrespective of the fact कि उसका लर्निंग आउटकम क्या है. So until and unless the learning outcome gets defined, please understand that textbook is not the curriculum. The textbook, again, जैसे B.Ed में बोलते थे, textbook is a tool. But that tool has become more important to us than the fact कि किसका tool है. So knowledge is not equal to your textbook. It is equal to what the interaction the teacher and the students have, and how those interaction help in building the knowledge expected of that class. तो जो learning outcome है, they become paramount important, competencies become paramount important, then the whole fact. So the teacher has to understand and be able to integrate technology, subject, competencies. बहुत सारा काम एक अकेली टीचर के लिए हो जाता है. तो इसके लिए इट इज़ एक्सपेक्टेड दैट द टीचर अंडरगोज रेगुलर ट्रेनिंग, अपग्रेड करते रहे. ऑनलाइन कोर्सेज करना ऑनलाइन कोर्सेज करे. एज फार एज embedding technology, so CBSE has taken two initiatives. One is that it was the first board in the world to introduce AI in class 9th. In March 2009, CBSE was the first board in the world to start AI at the school level. So when we started AI in class 9th, it was found that only one fraction of a school's population is getting introduced to AI. Whereas if India has to become the AI capital of the world and supply and use AI in all its venture, all the students have to be exposed to AI. So we started with another experiment which has been very successful, is integrating AI into all subjects, right from class 6 to class 10th. We were able to successfully, with the help of teachers, integrate AI into English, Hindi, maths, science, social science, and the lesson plans for the same are available on the CBSE website, right from class 6 to class 10. You can refer to them and use AI in your subject and make sure that the teacher and the students are exposed to AI that way. Most of the schools have adult tinkering labs. I think the people sitting here, how many have adult tinkering labs in their schools? Oh, good, good, good. How many have robotic labs? Okay. How many have been making sure that the children are exposed to different kind of sensors and these new technologies and doing experiments in school? Okay. Has it been integrated into the curriculum? Very good. So on Tuesday, CBSE is launching another lesson plans, a set of lesson plans done with the people from Niti Aayog, Intel, and teachers of school, wherein artificial intelligence and these sensors have been integrated. Lesson plans have been made from class 6 to class 10 and inbuilt into the curriculum of maths, science, and social science. So that is going to be launched very shortly on Tuesday in Ambedkar Bhavan. You all are invited to be there. It's in the first half, and I would really like to see all of you there and benefit from this initiative. In case you miss it out, the lessons plans will be available on the CBSE website also for you to freely download, go through them, give us the feedback, and integrate into your curriculum. Coming back to the topic of skilling in schools, as NEP says that at least 50% of the population of students has to be exposed to one or the other skill during their school days also. That means the role of the industry becomes more important, and we have recently started two kind of internships which are completely done online. Day before yesterday, only one circular has been uploaded on the CBSE website wherein Microsoft is offering online internship and mentorship to students. In the month of December, another circular was uploaded wherein internships were being offered on sustainability and climate change with the Aditya Birla Foundation. Kindly go through that. If you have not gone through that, please आप उनको देखिए और अपने बच्चों को इनमें enroll कराइए. That helps the child to at least get a feel of the industry and the emerging technology. Somebody was mentioning about Meta and Metaverse. CBSE has developed two modules and subjects with Meta. One is augmented reality, virtual reality. Another is digital citizenship. So these two have been developed by Meta for CBSE, and they are available on the website as a skill module of 12 to 15 hours for middle school, that is 6 to 8. They can be done through the hobby clubs. ये दोनों मॉड्यूल इस बात पे डील करते हैं कि जो टेक्नोलॉजी है उसको अपने क्लासरूम में कैसे यूज़ कर सकते हैं. We are going to launch very shortly another book on AR VR wherein the practicals and the activities in science right from class 6 to 10th will be available for you to be done through AR and VR. कि आप उसको कैसे AR VR use करके आप अपनी activities करा सकते हो. So that's more kind of a virtual lab also, but these are like, imagine looking at a water cycle which is 3D and live. Water cycle, carbon cycle, nitrogen cycle, water flowing through a plant through xylem and phloem fibers, going from roots to the leaves, the food being made, and then going from leaf to all parts of the plant. That's all live in your classroom. So those activities will be available very shortly on the CBSE website. Idea here is that when your child will be out in the job markets, will the child have the requisite skill to be able to adjust to whatever changes are there in the job market? बिकॉज आज जो बच्चा आपके पास 12th क्लास में है और जो बाहर जॉब मार्केट का हाल है, तो क्या आपका बच्चा हायर एजुकेशन में जाएगा, जॉब मार्केट में जाएगा, जहाँ भी जाएगा, ही विल बी एक्सपोज टू टेक्नोलॉजी, एंड द फर्स्ट थिंग ही विल बी रिक्वायर्ड टू डू इज अडॉप्ट टेक्नोलॉजी इनटू व्हाटएवर ही इज टीचिंग और लर्निंग। अगर उसने हायर एजुकेशन में, तो उसको ये आना चाहिए ऑनलाइन क्लास कैसे करनी है। थैंक्स टू पेंडेमिक एवरीबडी नोज दैट नाउ, चाहे उन्होंने अपने आप सीखा चाहे कैसे भी सीखा, बट नाउ एवरीबडी नोज हाउ टू डू एन ऑनलाइन क्लास। We know how what a digital whiteboard is. We know how to share a presentation from our screen, जिसके लिए बहुत टाइम लगा, but even our teachers of language and music and dance and sports now can do the same thing. So technology adoption has increased. But कितने लोग अपना वीडियो लेसन बना करके बच्चों को डायरेक्ट देते हैं, कितने लोग वीडियोस बनाते हैं, कितने लोग ऑनलाइन एक्टिविटीज़ बनाते हैं। सो वी हैव मूव्ड फ्रॉम बीइंग aware of technology to a user of technology. Now we are moving from a user of technology to a creator of content. So our children who are going to go into the job market or wherever the higher education, they need to be aware what the trends are. And those trends can only be shared if the teacher is aware of the trend. So if I want my child to be future ready, my teacher at least has to be future relevant. The teacher has to change at a pace which is faster than what is happening outside the classroom. The teacher has to understand and adopt accordingly. और उन सब चीज़ों के लिए टीचर ट्रेनिंग पैरामाउंट इम्पॉर्टेंस की हो जाती है। और बच्चों के लिए एक और चीज़ इम्पॉर्टेंस है, दैट इज़ करियर काउंसलिंग एंड मेंटल हेल्थ। लाइक इट वॉज बीइंग स्ट्रेस्ड इन द पैनल, द टीचर हैज़ टू मेक श्योर of the mental health of the child, and the school has to provide career counseling to the children, at least helping them in choosing the right subject. It's not that you take up engineering subject in 11th and 12th and then decide to do BCom. Everybody runs after science, physics, chemistry, mathematics or biology, and then later on decides it's not my passion, I need to change the subject. तो वहाँ पे करियर काउंसलिंग का और स्कूल काउंसलर का बहुत बड़ा रोल है, बच्चे को उसकी स्ट्रेंथ के बारे में अवगत कराने के लिए और बच्चे के साथ साथ बच्चे के पेरेंट्स को बताने के लिए। बिकॉज द चाइल्ड नोज बट द पेरेंट्स डज नॉट नो। फॉर अ पेरेंट एवरी चाइल्ड इज अ डॉक्टर और एन इंजीनियर। द स्कूल डिड नॉट गिव द रिक्विजिट रिसोर्सेज, और ठीक से ट्यूशन नहीं लगी इसलिए उसे कुछ और करना पड़ा। So counseling becomes all the more important. That is why CBS has published 2 books. One is a compendium of careers for academic subject and the compendium of career for vocational subjects. ताकि अगर आप vocational subject लेते हैं तो आप उस करियर में एजुकेशन में क्या कर सकते हैं और जॉब सिनारियो में क्या कर सकते हैं। फॉर एग्जांपल, अगर आपने रिटेल सब्जेक्ट लिया है तो रिटेल में क्या करियर्स हैं, और आप अगर 12th के बाद रिटेल मार्केट में जॉब करने जाते हो तो आप किस लेवल पे एंट्री करोगे, एंड देन वहाँ से आप कैसे आगे बढ़ोगे। अगर आप जॉब नहीं करना चाहते तो रिटेल में आप ग्रेजुएशन में क्या कर सकते हो, पोस्ट ग्रेजुएशन में क्या कर सकते हो। ऑल दैट एजुकेशनल एंड वोकेशनल पाथवेज are mentioned in that book, which is available on the CBSE website, both for academics as well as for vocational subjects. So 2 requests. One, kindly make sure that your teachers undergo regular trainings, and please do visit the CBSE website regularly, and make sure that whatever you are doing in the school, please keep in mind the learning outcomes of that particular class and plan your lesson plans accordingly. Thank you so much for the time and the opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your encouraging words and highlighting the USPs of NEP 2020 and CBSE websites. Now I request Manmeet ji and Dr. Shashi to kindly come on stage to felicitate Mr. R.P. Singh ji.